Okay, welcome to the next Blender tutorial. So today we're going to be making a nice little phone background. So what I'm going to go ahead and do, let's go ahead and take the camera right here. We're going to go to the render tab, switch out the EV for cycles, and then we're going to go to the output. And what you want to be looking at is the resolution of X and Y. And what we're going to do is, what I need you to do, really, is find out the dimensions of your own phone screen via pixels. So Google should be able to tell you, or the website where your phone, well, the company's website where your phone is from, so to speak. So for me personally, I know that mine is 144, where are we at? 440, 3088. So 3088. So now we've got the dimensions of my phone right here, so this image will fit beautifully onto it. So what we're going to be doing on this little venture, we're going to be going ahead and making kind of like a glass themed wall. So what I need you to do is just get rid of your default cube, just press delete on that one. And what we're going to do is press add, and we will go to, let's go to cylinder. We're going to go R for rotate, and you just want to type in 90. So this goes to 90 degrees. We're going to shade smooth. We're going to go ahead and we're going to go edit. Take the face right here that you've got on the side. We'll go E for extrude. We're just going to bring this out ever just so slightly and scale it in. Just a little bit. E for extrude again. S to scale in. E for extrude. S to scale in, and it's just going to look like the base of a wine bottle essentially. So S to scale in again, and then we're going to go E for extrude and start scaling inwards. So let's start going on this side right here. S for scale, E for extrude. We take this to the middle right here. Okay, so once you have a shape that's roughly like this, we can go ahead, click off the edit mode and go to object mode. Now, with this in particular, we're going to go to the Materials tab at the side. Go ahead and click New. Change your Principled BSDF to Glass BSDF. And when we render this, you'll notice that we get this. So the glass is a little bit frosted at the moment. We've got our little lamp over here, so we're getting some light. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn down the roughness ever so slightly so that we now have this nice little glass piece right here. So what we're going to do, I'm going to come off the render tab just for a moment. Just going to press 1 for side view. I'm going to go ahead and rotate this by 90 on the Z-axis. Now hopefully that should be the right way around. If it's not the right way around for you, let's go Shift D. Let me just undo that one. So we're not going to go Shift D. We're going to go R for rotate. So you need to rotate this again, but press 180. So now we have this nice little pattern going on. And we can see that we've got the face right here. So what I'm going to go ahead and do, let's go Shift D. Duplicate this out. Put this to the side. And you want to get them close, but they don't have to be perfect. So we're going to go ahead and go Shift D again. Just select them both, press Shift, and then we're going to go Shift D. So we can go again. Let's go select them all, Shift D. Go across, select them all. We'll go Shift D again, all across. And then we're going to go ahead and we will move these again. So this time, what we're going to do with this is we're going to go Shift D. You want to go up to the top. We're going to press G. And we're just going to go ahead, press G again, and just bring them in to where they need to be. So they're kind of sat on top of one another. Again, box select. Just by dragging, select them all. We're going to go Shift D, and we'll bring them up to sit onto the next level. And we're going to go Shift D again, bring them up, sit on the next level. And then we'll go ahead and do Shift D again, bring them up, sit them on the next level. Shift D. and just carry on until you're happy with where your design is at. So, for me personally, I think that's enough. So, what I'm going to do, I'm just going to position my camera in a way that I feel is correct for my piece. So, at this point, what you want to do is go to, let's go view. And what we want to do, align view, align camera to view. You can press G. You can click on the camera, press G. You can go ahead and scroll back if you need to. You can go R for rotate. Just rotate this round. And I might press G and just bring it closer a little bit so that it's roughly about here. So now you can see that we've got gaps at the side right here. So we're going to press G and just bring it up a little bit, just to get rid of those gaps. If you've got gaps, just come back out of it, press 1, and then refill the gaps at the side. So if I just split the atom right here so you guys can see what's going on in the camera and you can see what's going on in the background, that would be great, I think. So we've got the camera right here. This orange box is the camera, and we can see that the camera is right here as well. So when we render this, we'll see that we've got a lot of glass going on in the corner. Now the light source is at the bottom right here. We can see that the light source is right here in the orange. What we need is the light source at the back. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to stop the render for 1 second. Just going to go ahead and click delete on the light source. We're going to go add. We'll go plane. And when you get the plane should come in at the cross hatch right here. So we're going to go scale it out a little bit. S for scale. Rotate. And just hold onto the axes. We press 90. So it's 90-degree angle. We're going to press G. And what we're going to essentially do is just move this over what we've just created. Just roughly give it a size at the back. So let's go S. Scale this in just slightly. Scale this across just ever so slightly as well. And so when we have this, you won't be able to see it on the camera straight away because everything's black at the moment. We're going to take this, go to materials, new, switch out the principal BSDF for emission. Now we're going to have an emission coming through the back. Now this emission's a little bit too strong for my liking, so I'm going to go ahead and turn it down a little bit. These glasses as well, I feel that we could make some amendments to them. So maybe I'm going to make them green. You can make them any colour that you want to. So let's go with kind of a green, and I'm just going to make them a little bit darker as well. Just as is. So this is kind of like a sci-fi kind of look, but we can take our roughness right here and we can rough these up. If you want them roughed up, you can go ahead and let them be how they are. And then you can mess around with the IOR as well. So you kind of have something like this if you wanted that, some nice little patterns. You could have something like this if you wanted. Totally up to you what you want. So you could also have these kind of nice little kind of dots going across as well. It's just kind of like a depth of field kind of thing going on. So what you can do as well is you could change this to from multi-scatter to one of these different settings as well. Go ahead and play with the volume if you want to. You could have sheen. Turn up and down the roughness as well. And what we can do, because this is glass, we can go ahead and we can take this emission that we've got right here, and we can actually Shift D, duplicate it, and bring it forward, just ever so slightly. So what I'm going to do, let's take this back one right here, and we're going to make them two separate materials. So the back one right here, just amend your strength to how much you would like it. This one right here, we're going to minus off the materials, and we're going to go new, and this will be our new emission. So we're going to change principal BSDF to emission, and you can make this one brighter, just as such. So if I go ahead and just scale this down a little bit, and then I make it kind of like a strip lighting, we now have these little lights coming across. It just gives it a little bit more definition. I can go ahead and shrink that down. And I can go ahead and press G and bring this up. And what I could do as well, if I wanted to, was Shift D. Oops. Come on, Shift D. And we can do multiple of these going across. When my computer catches up, there we go. Just going to go ahead and Shift D again. And we can take these two down to the bottom. If it'll let me, there we go. So now we've kind of got this nice little ring kind of thing going on. If you wanted depth of field with this, we could go ahead and go to the camera right here. Go to depth of field, click this button right here, depth of field. We can go eyedropper. Let's select this one right here. And I'm just going to go to the f-stop and we're just going to bring the f-stop all the way down. So now what we have is nice little items in focus, nice little items out of focus. What you could actually do with this, you can take this dropper and you could choose one roughly in the middle. And now we've got this out of focus on the outside, out of focus on this side, and the focus on the middle right there. So this is kind of just like a play around tutorial kind of thing. You know, if you wanted a background like this, that's pretty cool. You can also change the colours of these as well. The glass itself, so you could have like a red theme. You could go into purples. You could go into kind of like aqua blues. All that kind of stuff. It is totally up to you what you'd like with your design. For me personally, I mean, it was inspired by glass bottles, so green for me is probably the must, but this red looks really nice. So, that's the tutorial for today. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you need to render, just go to the render tab up here. It should be F12. Wait for the render to go through and all of your samples to sample. And then go to image and save. And that's how you will get your stuff. So make sure as well you save it as either a JPEG or something similar. You don't want to save it as an animation or anything like that. So if you guys enjoyed the tutorial, please like, subscribe, and I will see you in the next one. Cheers. Bye bye.